Finally Friday, and it's a fresh edition of Weather for Weather Geeks as we get set for the weekend and another cold night coming up for tonight. We are about to break out of this cold, but it's going to take another almost 36 hours before we do so. Some milder air coming our way on Sunday. But until then, yeah, cold is the story, including today when we hit a high of a whopping 7 at the Youngstown Warren Airport today, making it our coldest day since February 16th, 2015. Been nearly 3 years since we've had a day like today. And wow, a whopping 17.7 degrees below average through the first 5 days of the month. Now, that's a pretty small sample size, 5 days, but still 17.7 is a big number. No matter which way you slice it, a very, very cold start to the month of January with a high of only 7 today. And wind chills looked like this all day today, in the teens, below zero, as expected. We kind of bottomed out this morning with a wind chill at the airport of 18 below at 10 a.m. I've been mentioning this on social media and on the air over the last 24 hours. You know, the moisture, unless you're running a humidifier, the moisture content of the air inside your house is just about the same as it is outside. But of course, it's a lot colder outside. Tonight, with air temperatures near zero, with dew points between 5 below and 10 below, relative humidity outside somewhere between 60 and 80% in most spots. But then you take that dry air and you move it indoors, where in your house the temperature is probably in the 60s or 70s, and that creates humidity, relative humidity values that are really low, like desert low, 5, 6, 7%. And that's why, you know, static electricity is so prominent, and dry skin, dry nasal passages. If you have some indoor plants, they're probably kind of drying out and particularly thirsty in this kind of weather. So it's remarkable how dry the numbers are when you look at them for a typical house that's not running a humidifier here in this very dry and cold air mass in the dead of winter. All right, the lake effect snow showers and flurries have been a little bit underwhelming over the last 24 hours, partly because Lake Erie is more ice covered certainly than it has been in quite a while. There's still open water, and the lake is about 63% covered by ice right now, so it's not 100% covered, but ice continues to grow. It'll continue to grow through Sunday morning, and then we'll see a stoppage to the rapid increase in ice coverage, and actually we'll lose some of that ice as we go into next week. And the radar this evening is pretty quiet. Could be a random flake out there as we go through the rest of the evening, especially in Trumbull and Mercer counties. Not a whole lot in the way of snow. All right, wind chill advisories, of course, still in effect for our local area. It becomes a wind chill warning once you're over into parts of central PA, up into just about all of New York State, under a wind chill warning tonight, and for good reason. The wind chills are pretty nasty, both locally and to our north and east, especially as you cross the U.S.-Canadian border. 20, 30, 35 below in Ottawa and Montreal, and down towards Toronto as well. So some very, very cold air. And again, we're in this until Sunday morning. Only 8 for a high tomorrow. Random snow shower or a flurry will remain a possibility for your Saturday, especially up in Mercer County. But for the rest of us, we probably won't see too many flakes at all on Saturday. And then a mostly clear sky will send temperatures probably down to their coldest point Saturday night. Wouldn't be surprised if some backyard, cool spot thermometers read 8 below, 9 below, 10 below Sunday morning. A good average will be about 6 below. But then a rapid increase in temperatures on Sunday. Now 24 is still below average, but it's a lot better than 8. And a gusty breeze will develop, so less harsh by Sunday afternoon. And then some snow comes in for Sunday night. Let's talk about the next few days. Again, tomorrow, the story is the cold. Could there be a snow shower or a flurry, especially northeast of Youngstown? Yeah, no big deal overall. High pressure then gives us that mostly clear sky for tomorrow night. Then the clouds roll in on Sunday. A warm front tracks our way, and the snow comes in Sunday night. Now, this won't be a problem Sunday evening. This is after midnight, primarily Sunday night. It's going to start to snow. Wouldn't be totally surprised if, especially south of 224, a few sleet pellets tried to mix in for a time late Sunday night and during parts of Monday. This could even end as a little bit of drizzle during parts of Monday. Now, this will be a different kind of snow than we've had over the last several snow events. We've had this kind of powdery, dry snow that's kind of easy to just brush off your car. It's easy to shovel, relatively speaking, but it's not good for packing and making snowballs. This will be different. This will be a wetter snow with temperatures pretty close to freezing when it's snowing. So this will be good snowball and snowman snow coming our way Sunday night into Monday. All right, our computer models showing a general inch to 2 or 3 in most cases. Now the RPM and that green line there, that does not run out past Sunday night. That's why you see the line kind of dive down like that. So we'll have a better handle on what the RPM actually thinks as we get into the weekend. The NAM and GFS, or the GFS, the NAM and the European model, all suggesting an inch or 2 or 3, a pretty good average. And our forecast kind of goes along with that. I think a 2 to 3 inch snowfall pretty likely in most spots. I think everyone sees at least an inch, 2 or 3 most likely, especially to the north where mixing is a little less likely. Could someone get a little more than 3? That's possible, especially Trumbull and Mercer, even though this isn't lake effect. Still, the higher amounts may be up there. So there could certainly be some travel and road issues for Monday, especially in the morning hours, and that could result in some school adjustments Monday morning. Again, check back, of course, with the 21 News app, the Storm Tracker 21 app, WFMJ.com, etc., Sunday evening and into Monday morning to see if your district is going to have any adjustments for Monday morning. All right, beyond that, let's talk about the longer range. Now, next week is going to be milder. We're talking 40s, maybe even close to 50 next Thursday. And actually, it's pretty remarkable. The overall agreement in the longer range between our longer range models here on the warmth that's coming as we go into mid-January, a legit January thaw. Next week is kind of a preview of that. It'll cool off again next weekend. But then after that, as we get into the third week of January, here's the GFS, here's the Euro. You know, they've got that warm bubble in almost exactly the same spot here on Thursday the 18th. Let's skip ahead to, I'll say, Saturday the 20th. And wow, I mean, that's really good agreement for computer models. This is more than 2 weeks out now. So really good agreement on the overall idea here. It's going to cool off out west and really warm up compared to average across the Great Lakes, parts of Canada, parts of the Midwest, and all the way down into the Deep South. So high confidence, higher than average confidence in the overall pattern as we get into, say, that period between the 15th and the 22nd of January, that it's going to be warmer than average. Now, specifics, how warm, will it come with precipitation, that sort of stuff, we're too far out for that. But the general trends are pretty good if you're tired of this kind of weather. So we have that to look forward to coming up in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, next week is kind of a preview of that warming trend. We'll get into the 40s for a few days next week. Thanks for checking out tonight's weather for Weather Geeks. For more updates on the snow that's coming Sunday night into Monday and the cold and everything else, make sure you're following me on all my social media outlets, as well as the Storm Tracker accounts. I'll be checking in from time to time over the weekend. In the meantime, you can check out Andrew's forecasts and AJ Harris's forecasts on air, and hopefully you follow them on social media as well. They'll be in this weekend. Have a great weekend, everyone. I'll see you back here for Weather Geeks on Monday.